100% agrees with my position on this particular issue. And I know what she's going to probably do is try to make it sound like I'm crazy and she believes like the right thing, and all of you are going to follow whatever she says on her team.
Team Jannelle!
So let's just lay it all out there. That if you think I'm crazy on this, you're calling that one crazy.
Dr. Jones is early. Woo! Look at Janet. She came on. She was like, Team Ryan. She
Janet,
got your back.
So here we go. A new study out from the University of Pennsylvania. It says for decades parents...
AW is getting you this morning.
What?
I'm just saying. She disagrees, and I'm going to read her position because you don't know what you're talking about.
So you don't know what you're talking about because you agree with me on this.
Okay, go.
No, don't skirt past that. Do you agree with me on this?
No, we'll see. In case somebody makes
You're
a good
lying
point. I'm
on
like,
the
that's
internet.
right.
Do you see what I put up with every day? Goodness sakes.
Go ahead.
For decades, parents have warned about the influential effect of too much violence on television. A new study is now backing this belief with facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
What's
With
up?
an X. Researchers from the University of Pennsylvania say shootings have increased at the same rate as gun violence in hit primetime TV shows such as CSI and Grey's Anatomy. Their report finds the odds of guns appearing in violent movie scenes and real-life killings involving young people in the U.S. has skyrocketed by more than 80% over the past 2 decades. So, much like the uptick in cigarette smoking due to their use in entertainment, scientists believe the same thing is now happening with guns. And what they're seeing is that there's this parallel increase in violence on primetime television and violence in society, like youth violence. And what are you doing?
Go.
Besides being annoying, my gosh.
Go. I'm sorry.
And when this is over, it's going to be a whole bunch of your team giving me a hard time.
No.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
Callie!
And so, if Len were here, Len would say, absolutely. That's why we don't have this at this house. We don't watch
They
that.
can't play with Nerf guns. How can you be a little boy? That's messed up. They've been deprived. But I convinced them this last summer.
So...
and then they get in trouble for pointing it at each other. Then he's like, what? Can you imagine?
That's what it's for.
Yeah, but then he's like, that's what you're going to do with a real gun. Put that down. They're like, Dad, it's a Nerf gun.
No, like, I am not in danger having used Nerf guns frequently. I'm not in danger of picking up a real gun and shooting someone. This is where I think scientifically, this is why they said scientists believe the same thing is happening. Because they can't prove it, because things that are correlated running in parallel are not necessarily caused by one another. It could be something totally different causing that to happen. But Jannelle and I...
Why you keep trying to say Jannelle?
Jannelle, in fact, let's start with Jannelle. What do you think of... Jannelle, what do you think of this particular
AW
study?
says, she says books and videos.
See what she's doing again?
He brought up the Bible, talking about the Bible's violent. Well, AW in Oberlin says books and videos interact with our brains differently. And then you said we can't blame movies. Maybe she says, or he says, I can't figure out AW. So it says maybe it's not about blaming so much as about not bystanding
Desensitization.
It's so of numbing processes. Don't laugh at my pronunciation. And then you said that takes away personal responsibility, and AW said, and there's both societal and personal responsibility in how we raise our kids and influence each other, not to mention what we profit off of it. So what you gonna say about that?
Now that you've finished giving someone else's position, I'd like you to answer my question. Jannelle, what do you say? Because you've said publicly that you disagree with Len on this.
I do disagree with Len. I think that it's a big step to say that you are who you are. You watch movies, you play video games, violent video games, and that's going to make you, or make it easier for you to pick up a gun and kill somebody. And so I use the example of my boys, and I know my boys, and I think what speaks more to me of men, dude, like you're in danger of picking up a gun and killing somebody, would be how they treat other people, how compassionate they are, how mindful they are in terms of other people's feelings. I would be more concerned if I started seeing certain behavior like anger and getting physical, and then like you're watching video games. I just don't see, if you're continuing to be who you are and you're watching and you're playing Fortnite, how as a parent I would be like, oh my gosh, if we went to somebody's home and they saw a real gun, they would. I don't
Now
see
watch.
that.
Everybody
But
on
Len
Team
is
Jannelle.
not dumb.
Everybody on Team Jannelle.
That's what you were doing, setting me up. I know what you're doing because you're not brave.
All of you watch this. This is gonna be
How come
proof.
you can't stand on your own stuff?
This is absolute proof that if she says anything, Team Jannelle believes it. So you watch. All of Team Jannelle will be like, wow, good point, Jannelle. I agree with Jannelle.
Angie,
I agree with Jannelle.
I see
Let's
you,
watch.
Angie. I see you, Deborah. Team Jannelle people.
Tell
Woo!
me I'm wrong, Team Jannelle. Dare to disagree with your person. Go ahead.
Steve says,
You won't do it.
actually, once you remove suicide with a firearm and justified homicide, such as policemen shooting a bad guy, our gun violence has actually decreased. What do you say about that?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's not lying. And if that's factual information, then it proves my point.
Angie, Team Jannelle, says, I think our children have become desensitized by viewing so much violence
Angie's about to change her position because she
on
realized
TV
Jannelle disagrees.
and with games.
Right, Angie?
You are a hater. Hater. Miss Anita, no.
And Miss Anita, First Lady, that's not a team.
There's no Brunel.
We don't know
here.
who that is because I'm not on their team.
I'm not Brunel. Tammy, what's up? Sandy, what's up? Mike says, I believe that killing violence on TV and video games gives people a propensity toward making it easier for them to kill.
I love you, Mike, but I totally disagree.
Okay.
I've watched violent movies. I've played violent games. And I have yet to even think about, wow, I'm going to kill someone.
Yeah. Like, for example, I'm not playing. Len laughs about it. I watch 2020, and maybe women are different, documentaries of, like, women killing their husbands. Should Len sleep with one eye open? You know, should he be scared? Should he cancel his life insurance? Why aren't people worried about that? Like, I know plans of how to set it up because I watch 2020.
Okay.
I do.
Read
Janet says, I disagree sometimes with Brian, and we are still on the same team. We are independent biblical thinkers. We use grace when we disagree. Team Brian.
Janet.
Good job, Janet.
High five, Janet. High
You
five.
go ahead in your team, and y'all do your stuff your way. We're going to stay up in here, and we're going to do our stuff our way.
Aren't you
Good
concerned
job.
that all your people are silent right now?
No, I'm not. Angie spoke.
They're afraid to disagree with you.
Angie says, no, I'm not. You go ahead, Angie. You speak your mind. I
You
trust
are
you, girl.
leading some sort of awkward cult.
Oh, my gosh. Why are you so
I know your
afraid?
people. I know Team Jannelle. I dare anyone in Team Jannelle to say, I disagree with your position, Jannelle. Hashtag Team Jannelle. Or Jannelle, you're wrong. Team Jannelle. Go
David
ahead.
is on. David this morning had a message for me. Can you tell him? You probably remember. What did he say? When we were talking about when I speak out my opinions, he was like, I would never take advice from Jannelle, Team Brian Worldwide. Dr. Jennifer says, I actually commented too. Let's go back, Dr. Jones, because we got doctors up in
That's
our
before
team.
you said anything.
They don't matter. She's standing by what she said. You go ahead, Dr. Jones. That's what I'm saying.
Where does she say? Me and Mrs. Jones, I'm seeing nothing there other than hello.
I'm early today. Woo! She said that. Angie said Team Jannelle. Right? Kathy says, how many people actually watch primetime TV? Kids may be playing video games.
Right, kids don't even watch primetime TV. Thank you, Kathy. You're absolutely right. What kind of... Yes.
Kathy, Team Jannelle, Kathy!
Aren't you
Woo!
worried? Like, aren't you worried? They won't disagree with you.
No, they're like watching y'all. Like, wow, they're such haters.
Like,
I understand that. And then they said they're believers.
the most you
I
got...
don't understand.
Somebody just sheepishly wrote, Team Jannelle. Like, nobody will say, Jannelle's wrong on this one.
Wow, y'all
Team
have
Jannelle.
a great morning.
You
guys
are in a
awesome.
cult.
You guys
Repent.
are
Repent.
Callie says, this is a hard topic. My cousins weren't allowed to have toy weapons as children. Once they grew up, my one cousin ended up with some personal issues and pretty crazy in real life. Yeah, I don't know if toys, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. Jennifer says she disagrees with Jannelle. You go ahead, sister.
Dr. Jones, hold on a minute.
You go ahead.
She didn't even have the
your
courage to do.
opinion.
I love you, Dr. Jones, but come on. What I said is you have to write. Janelle's wrong.
Thank you,
on this
Patricia.
one.
That's right.
Hashtag Team Jannelle. You have to declare your allegiance.
That's right.
While telling her she's wrong.
Patricia says, I love you, Brian. From time to time, you try to set up Jannelle. Yes, Len should sleep with both eyes closed. Some people have propensity to violence. Obviously, you and Jannelle do not. Thank you, sister. I know there's perfect crime. You see it on 2020. I'm not going to kill my baby. My baby gets food prepared for him every day. He's not scared. So I think that's a big jump. Dr. Jones, who disagrees and who's on Team Jannelle, and she's like president of Team Jannelle because she's amazing.
Jannelle, hold on.
Rob should really have that position as well.
We're not sure.
Thank you.
Do you know why? Because she refused to declare her allegiance while she sheepishly disagreed with you.
She said, Angela says we should have our own prime time TV show. I agree with that. Woo! If that happened, just so you know, all of my kids will go back to school, and I'll just be on TV all day.
Look at all those people that always declare Team Jannelle.
Rob is on. Okay, so here we are. Dr. Jones says, this is my original comment. I actually got a chance to catch part of the radio show. There were a couple of things that sticks out to me. It felt as though Dr. Michael was attempting to avoid admitting that, yes, thank you, women in...
What did you just do?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, just hold on.
I'm shocked that
Okay,
your people are so silent.
Dude, why is it doing that?
It's disturbing. Are you disturbed?
No, my people are. Y'all got it together. You go ahead, men and women and Team Jannelle.
I was tongue-in-cheek saying they'll never disagree with you.
He's a hater.
And I thought, is it even possible that they're that brainwashed, Team Jannelle, that they can't find a way to disagree with her? And it's been proven.
Why do you hate? Do you want to talk about that?
Haters gonna hate. That's what Taylor Swift said. Haters gonna hate.
Taylor Swift.
Why is your team afraid to disagree with you?
Okay, hold on.
Janet and I disagree all the time. She's still on my team.
That is good.
She's an independent free thinker.
That's why Janet needs to stay over there. She's doing a good job being in Team Brian.
What are you doing?
I don't know,
we're trying to read your comments, and
it's like the internet is messed up. Hold on. So annoying. Watch. So I'm gonna click Team Brian.
I can't read your comments.
Then I'm gonna click right here, or right there. Then I'm gonna go up here, and then when I click see more, it clicks out.
Try it again.
Okay. Or maybe I'll do this. I can't.
No. Go to the more part. Click on more instead of see.
Epa! Okay. So it felt like Dr. Rydelnik was attempting to avoid admitting that the women in Ravi's case were not believed, in part because they were women. Yes, sister, thank you. The other thing that stuck out to me was the topic of overtime. While I don't think that individuals will commit violent acts, I don't think we can ignore the impact of what we watch and see and how it develops. It has a development on our psyche. Slow your roll because she's a doctor before you respond. Think through what you're going to say.
All right, me and Mrs. Jones. Where's so Jannelle is wrong, Team Jannelle.
Sister, that don't matter. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Respond to her. You don't even know. Brian, we are not brainwashed. I do disagree with Jannelle on this one, but I'm still Team Jannelle because we are awesome. We love each other. We're some smart people.
Angie's the only one on your team with courage.
You my girl. Thank you. Kathy says,
Angie's the only person on your team with the right courage, but by the way.
Plus, y'all agree with Len. And he is like something.
All of you are using this word, I disagree with Jannelle, gentle. Where's the Jannelle's wrong? I want to see the word wrong.
Oh, wow.
From your team.
You got that this week.
Wrong.
There were all kinds of people calling me loud. Calling me loud.
She yells to me that she's...
I still can't believe it.
And she loudly proclaims.
Halfway through the day, and I'll be like, wow, she called me loud. Dijon, what's up, says, there is a difference between the person who douses themselves in the Word of God on a daily basis and the person who isn't a Christian at all. When you watch something crazy, it won't affect your mindset as much because you've taken on a renewed mind. But people who don't take in the word and watch that stuff are more affected by it. And while watching it may not make you go out and commit a crime, at the very least, your feelings about the crime you've witnessed on TV doesn't have the same effect on you anymore because you are desensitized. Dijon, can you tell us what team you're on? Don't be afraid. You can tell me. I got enough people, so Dr. Jones.
Hold on. I'm convinced that somebody who's, for example, played, what's that game kids used to play all the time? The parachute down and they shoot things. Our kids played it.
They parachute down?
You've never played the game.
No. I don't know.
You actually did play the game. You talked about it on the radio.
Parachute down? What parachutes?
They drop down and then they get into a place and they're playing other people and they shoot.
Oh, Fortnite?
Thank you.
I thought you meant in real life. I'm like, what?
Fortnite.
No, yeah, Fortnite.
So,
plus Fortnite,
like,
Call of Action's worse.
Here's what I'm
Call
convinced
whatever.
of. Let's say one of Jannelle's kids plays Fortnite. A lot.
Thank you, Patricia.
And then they witness an actual murder in front of themselves. They're not going to go, oh, feels like Fortnite.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be traumatized for the rest of their lives. I don't think Fortnite, playing it, will have any bearing on how they're impacted by the trauma they would see.
Yeah.
They won't go, that's not so bad. I mean, I'm used to this on Fortnite.
Yeah. I don't get
They
that.
know Fortnite's not real.
Dijon, don't just laugh. Tell us. Are you Team Brian, Team Jannelle? Miss Patricia says Jannelle is wrong when she does something wrong. Thank you. That doesn't happen often.
Your people
Thank
are
you.
unbelievable. What did Dr. Jones say to
Jennifer
defend you?
says, Dr. Jones says, I will always be Team Jannelle, but I disagree with her on this. I am vacuum sealing raw meat, so typing a response the way Brian wants it is not on my morning agenda. That's right. Girl, he doesn't tell you what to do.
Dr. Jones.
He does
come
not
on.
tell you what to do.
Hold on, Dr. Jones. Good excuse. I'm vacuum sealing raw meat, so I can't type as much. The paragraph you just wrote about that takes longer than you just saying Jannelle is wrong, WRONG, hashtag Team Jannelle. So you've proven me right. Thank you, Dr. Jones.
Whatever. Mike says, Brian, you can't take individual examples and make a conclusion from that. If seeing things didn't affect people, there would be no commercials on TV. Thank you. So what do you think about that? Thank you.
I guess you should be nervous being around me. I've seen some action movies. I might walk over there and snap your neck because it seems fun.
Yes.
I don't buy into that.
Janet says, I did not hear Dr. Rydelnik disregard women. He said we should listen to them and believe them. He also said worst situations of this sort ever. His persona fooled even the church. We need to watch this as leaders. It is the following of people that has crept into the church. I think what Dr. Jones is saying, it is part of the issue that they were women, but people can disagree with that. You said what?
Look at your team parrot your words.
Angie, that's right. He is a hater, but that's all right because our team is still awesome. We don't need Brian to recognize that. We got each other. Jennifer says, yes, her child could see one real life violent act and not be desensitized. But think of those who live in areas where the violence is normal. But yeah, right. I get that.
But that's real violence.
They're right. Exactly.
Real violence desensitizes you to real violence.
Right.
Notice what she also said. I typed my long paragraph before I started. That paragraph you just typed is longer than saying Jannelle is wrong.
Janet says she's listening to you. Jannelle, you are wrong, but I love you. Team Brian. That's all right.
See, my team is capable of this. That's a powerful message, Janet. Thank you for modeling what it's like to be on an intellectually honest team.
Words are free. She can say I'm wrong. That don't mean nothing.
That holds each other accountable.
That
Janet.
doesn't mean anything.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Thank you.
I am not wrong, so thank you.
Did you notice your team can't do it? Nobody could do it.
Because they're awesome. They got life figured out.
I think you need to
You guys
pray.
are amazing. That's why we gotta have like a barbecue, have Len on the grill, have him bringing us drinks, setting up the table, all that, and then we just talk.
You need to pray. I hope your barbecue is nowhere near a bridge, because if you jumped off, they would too.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? You guys are awesome, and we gotta go. Thank you. Sharon's here. Woo! Sharon.
I was just giving your team a minute.
You guys are awesome. They don't need a minute. They said what they were gonna say.
This is overwhelming. Your team is so dysfunctional. Join the healthy team.
Jannelle is
Join the
not
intellectually-
wrong because she's expressing an opinion and not a fact. There you go, girl. I disagree with her opinion on this issue. I'm actually done. Thank you, girl.
Dr.
Oh,
Jones.
you so awesome.
Dr.
Rob
Jones.
says maybe Brian's team can't afford a dissension for fear of losing nor gaining members.
Robert,
That's right.
Nobody listens to you. And Dr. Jones is over there just like, Brian.
Wow. I think Dr. Jones, I want male and female representation. So Dr. Jones and Rob are presidents of my team.
Angie just proved my point.
Whatever. Thank y'all.
What did she say? Go ahead.
Angie said Jannelle is wrong. Right. Yeah, girl. Woo.
David Lee, what is she wrong about? Everything is the answer, and her team, whatever she says, agrees with her or changes their position to make it sound like they agree with her.
You guys are awesome. You got it figured out, y'all.
There's lots of room on Team
Dawn.
Brian.
Brian, you and your children may not be affected by violent TV shows or video games, but you have, and they have a strong faith, a safe home. Many kids, people, do not have a foundation, and they're subject to believe in what they see.
Team Ron. Okay, smart move. Team Ron's a great team. There's lots of room on Team Brian. Lots of room. The intellectually honest are welcome. You can have all the liars and the fakers.
Smart people. You guys are awesome.
And the easily
Adios.
persuaded.
Hasta luego. Are you?
The blinded by love and affection.